Welcome to Deep Thought. Several possibilities can come from a single choice. Now, I've talked about choice several times before, but that's something I have to hammer in because we all have the power of choice. In my previous episode, I talked about you can create your own reality. You have to choose to do it. Everything is a choice. Even in your spiritual systems, we have the choice. Supreme being, whatever term you want to use, can have us follow it. Can have us do whatever. Don't have to give us the choice, because even Supreme Being gives you a choice, you can choose on what you want to do. That tells you how powerful it is. And several possibilities can come from a single choice. I was thinking about me being in a position where I'm even talking to you now. It comes from a single choice. Because I remember, I do a lot with YouTube. And it's really a base of everything else I'm doing. Book sales, people getting my books because they seen a video or I mentioned my book on YouTube. And I have other platforms where I'm doing on-demand videos. I have ROM TV. I have on-demand videos on Venmo. .com/RomWills, and of course the Patreon. But when I look at everything, it comes from a single choice. I remember, and this was back in 2013, and I remember all I did, I was on a young lady's internet radio show, and it was interesting because I basically took over that show. Just a conversation. And this was somebody who, if you take over that show from her, you were doing something. This particular young lady. And love her to death. And the reason I had gotten on her show, all because of choosing to respond to a comment she had on Facebook. And the comment, it wasn't even that major a comment in my view, but it was major to her. She wanted me to come on her show and talk about it some more. All right, so I talked about it some more. The gentleman, and may he rest in peace. Unfortunately, he passed away, but may he rest in peace. He was monitoring the show, and he wanted, after the show, he reached out to her to contact me. He wanted me to contact me. He introduced me. He said, I want you to have a show. I want you to have a show, and I'm not going to let you off the phone until you say yes. But even then, I still could have said, no, I can't do this. But I made a choice right then to say yes. And that led to this. Because just doing that show and getting people on there, and I was able to do something. I was able to like actually show them some stuff when they started doing videos. And this was way before YouTube. Now, understand something. How powerful that choice was. I remember when YouTube first came on, and I was like, I couldn't do that. I hadn't made the choice. Maybe I would have got further a little bit earlier if I did make that choice. It was right there. That choice was right there, but I didn't make it like when YouTube first came around, like around 2006, 2007, around then. I don't know. As I said, I wasn't paying attention, but 2013, a single choice I made there just to do that show led to all of this. Several possibilities, several things came from a single choice. And really the choice wasn't even doing that show. That choice was responding to something that she had wrote. That single choice. I could have just read it and just said liked it or loved it and kept moving. Or I could have made the choice not to even respond to it. But that single choice, that single moment where it took me less than a minute just to type something, just a few sentences, just a choice just to share that few sentence perspective led to all of this. It led to so many things. I'm gonna tell you what, and I've talked about how powerful a choice is. Well, in my previous episode on here, I talked about creating a reality. You can create a whole reality from a single choice. Everything comes down to that. Every moment, that choice you make, it can lead to something. Now, the only thing is you want it to lead to positive results, because I'm mainly known for relationships. Now, I've known some people, they've made some choices and it led to some bad outcomes, especially in relationships. Or you could make a choice and it could lead to other bad outcomes. It can lead to you getting on drugs, or you can becoming homeless. Now, I feel bad for homeless people, but then if they were really each one to look at a choice, there was a choice made somewhere that got them to that point. I'm gonna tell you what, even your choice to watch this video, that's a choice. And I might say something that might lead to something greater. I remember I was doing a self-improvement summit, and shout out C Boogie. And I remember I would do, my Sunday videos. And there was a point where I was going to stop doing the videos. I wasn't getting the same attention. I was like, I'm getting tired of this. But I happened to talk to two young men. They were twins. And they said how one of my Sunday videos helped them. So I made a choice there to keep going. But it was a choice to even do that video that might have helped them out. Indeed, the choice to do several videos, I've had people who made a choice to start a business based on stuff I might have talked about on my Money Matters channel. And they might have gone for it, or they might have asked me a question, or they might have done something. I've had young men tell me about a choice they made about how they were dealing with young ladies, just based off of maybe a car video I did. But that's still their choice. I didn't force anything. I just shared a perspective. It's their choice to listen. And I'm gonna tell you what, several possibilities that come from it. Indeed, I know a young man, and he gets a lot of attention from the young ladies, but he made a choice to listen to me. Now, somebody else could say, well, I don't want to listen to you. Okay, that's fine, that's cool. But you made that choice though. And then that leads to other stuff. That leads to a reality. Because I could have made a choice to do this on this video on a different day, but it's changing up different things. You can make a choice. I don't care what it is. You make that choice, everything else comes with it. And I'll be talking about choice again, because choice is powerful. Choice is very powerful. And people, we all have a choice on what we want to do. I don't care who we are. We all have a choice. I don't care what your situation is. We all have a choice. And from that single choice, a tiny choice. Like I used the example, just a comment on a friend's post, a random comment, led to all of this. A single choice. Just because, and what if I didn't choose at that moment to respond to it? Where would I have been? You might not have known my name. I might have been working someplace else. The time I'm sitting here doing this video, I might have been preparing for work. Or no telling what. So I want y'all to think about that. How powerful a single choice is, the possibilities that come from it. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about choice again, you know I am. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Think on this. Peace and blessings, everyone.